everybody, I'm back with another super cool astrology video, and we're talking about composite moon conjunct Jupiter today. What happens when we have this between two people? So the composite chart is the midpoint chart between two different birth charts. So you put two together and you find the middle ground between all their planets and points, and that gives you one chart, which is called the composite chart. So this is not synastry, where we put the two charts side by side or on top of each other to see how the planets and points relate to each other and aspect each other. This is one mathematical chart. So if you're unsure about what the difference is between synastry and composite, you can refer to my other video, which I go into a bit more detail about this. So the moon in a composite chart really represents the female and the emotions in the between two people. You know, the feelings in a composite chart. It's the emotional understanding and how they get along on the more unconscious and habitual level. So Jupiter is always going to be about joy, enthusiasm, our ideals, religion, our beliefs, and represents, ninth house concepts. So when we have the moon with Jupiter in a composite chart, and you would have to look at everything. As I explained this, you would have to be taking everything into account, because you could be having like some nasty aspect from Saturn opposite or square to the moon, and that's going to change your experience of this. So you have to look at everything. When I do videos, I do one aspect at a time, because that's really the only way that we can learn. We learn one thing at a time, and then we put it together, and then we can see the bigger picture. So you can't make a judgment about a chart based on one aspect. You have to take everything into consideration. So that being said, this is typically a very beneficial and positive aspect to have in a composite chart. It really is talking about emotional prosperity, emotional joy. They feel good with each other. There's a certain amount of enthusiasm between each other when they're together. There's an ease of expression. And there's, a sense of good cheer. They can openly show support for each other when we have the moon with Jupiter. So, an ease of forgiveness, because Jupiter is a very forgiving planet. The moon reflects whatever is put upon it. It actually doesn't make any light of its own. The moon is a reflective surface, so it reflects this beautiful energy of Jupiter, and these two actually get along. The moon and Jupiter do very, very well in a composite chart. Now, not in a square or opposition aspect or in conjunction. That can suck. But the conjunction is very sweet and full of forgiveness and understanding for each other. There is typically a good, marrying between the way these people approach their environment and their belief system. So they typically will share a religion, will share their higher ideals. They're very much in agreement when it comes to how they emotionally relate to the things of Jupiter, which is our high ideals, our aspirations, our inspirations, our philosophies, our religion. So there's a lot of emotional understanding when it comes to those two things. They're very much on the same page, which goes a long way towards making a long-term relationship be successful. So there's also they tend to give gifts that are very generous, that are very large, big stocking stuffers. They're just very generous with their material possessions with each other, and they can create quite a bit materially together as well in the world. So very much about fighting fair too with this aspect. They tend to have their grievances out in the open, not like in a restaurant, but openly will discuss things and come to an agreement or an understanding, because they actually do have a good understanding of where each other is coming from, what beliefs within each other are creating the behavior patterns that they're each seeing in each other. So there's a good amount of being able to put each other in each other's place, and really being able to do that, not just being able to say, oh yeah, I know how you feel, but not really considering it. They really do get it when we have this. And so there's just a good I want to say ideological, I can't say it, a good understanding, a good meeting of the minds. That's how I'll put it. So very supportive emotionally, in regards to each other's emotional freedom, and it creates a lot of emotional enthusiasm between two people. This is one of those aspects where you can see, long-term goodwill between a couple. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. I do personal consultation. I am mainly a relationship and intimacy astrologer, but I do all types of interpretations all the time. So you can find me on the internet at Truth in Aspect Astrology, Facebook, Truth in Aspect Astrology, and I will be back soon. Bye.